B. Write an equation of the form y equals mx plus b for your line. Explain what the values of m and b tell you about this situation. So when I'm looking at my graph already, I already wrote down my equation y equals mx plus b. I notice that on my line I have 2 points. I have 0, 4, and I also have this one right here, which I believe is 8 and 21.5. I can go ahead and find my slope by finding the rise over run. So I'm going to do my run first actually, because it's easier for me right now, and then my rise right here. So I can either subtract 8 minus 0, or I can count if I wanted to, but it might be simpler if I just do that. So rise over run would be 21.5 minus 4, which gives me 17.5 over 8 as my slope. So now that I have my slope, and I also have my x and y, I can go ahead and solve for b. So if I have my y as 4, and my b as 17.5 over 8 times 0 plus b, I'm solving for b. Anything multiplied by 0 is going to be 0. So I end up with 4 equals 0 plus b, and b equals 4. And we knew that was the y-intercept because at 0, it's at 4, and it's on the y-axis. So we could have avoided this entire part if we just use this as our initial value. However, we still needed it to find the slope. So my new equation is going to be y equals 17.5 over 8x plus 4. Now for b, it's also explaining what the values of m and b mean. So 4 is our initial value. It pretty much tells us that that's how much weight a chihuahua would weigh before we can even count the age in weeks. After that, it's growing at 17.5 over 8 for every week. So every ounce, this is the amount of ounces it's growing per week.